Yeah, she had like what? What up, 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 yo, what up, what up, what up, and what is up? Live from the DMV, we out here, comfortable being uncomfortable style. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. I got my crew. I mean, I don't know what's up with Trent's, man. Trent got bad internet. I mean, you think he in Liberia or something like that.
It is bad. I don't know what's going on.
Trent got that bad internet today. You to pay your internet bill, man.
It's
dollar.
I'll pay it.
The joint
got
just,
dollar.
that joint just stuck. That joint just stuck.
AOL.
That joint just stuck. Crystal got a hair done and everything today.
You got her hair.
Got my hair done. I need to do it.
Okay, well, dang, I messed that up. My bad. Trent, you good, man? You good? You straight? You got your internet straight over there now? Now you ain't. Yeah, well, nope. Nope.
Figure it out. might just want to keep me on audio.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem, man. Here's the thing, right? We live in America, right? Obviously, 2021, and we can't even figure out internet. Internet got so many issues, man. Ain't that something?
All it takes is just one tower to go down, and everybody's stuff is messed up.
I mean, look at Texas. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, but. Yeah. Boy, do we got a show for y'all today? Man? Check it out, man. Hey, the confession letter segment gonna have y'all wild and out. It's gonna have y'all wild and out, man. Hey, big shout out to Virtuous Essence Candles, man. Make sure you go to Virtuous Essence Candles on Etsy, man. I actually picked up a couple candles the other day, man. Very nice, very nice. Hit up Dr. Regina Warren, tell her comfortable being uncomfortable sent you. Also, check out So Berry Sweet for your dipped strawberries and candies and all that good stuff, man. Make sure y'all hit them up on Instagram at so.berrysweet. And tell them that comfortable being uncomfortable sent you. Also, big shout out to our boy Keith out at Chesapeake, Virginia, from Rock Bottom Music Group, man, doing all the beats, man. I think he had a live yesterday. Yeah, man. Had a live yesterday where he was showcasing some of his beats, man. The man is doing it big. Shout out to him out there, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, we got a show for y'all. Buckle up because it ain't. Y'all ain't gonna want to miss it. If y'all remember what happened last week with the confession letter, boy. Yeah. Hey, man, but y'all know how.
Happened. I'm waiting to find out what happened. I said I want to know what happened.
That's right, because you haven't read the
Yeah. And Trent, man, quit all that book, whatever that stuff.
That's my go-to, man. That's my thing. Man, we gotta take that away from you, man. You just do that all day long for no reason. All
right, y'all know how we start this thing off, man. We gotta kick this thing off with Around the Horn.
Looking like I'm from the D. D's no Cartiers. Pockets deep, bro. I can make it in my seat, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise, use a beat, bro. Whoa. I press the button and the doors go up like.
Okay, so check this out. LAPD is currently investigating a photo, I guess, that was being passed around of George Floyd with the, I guess it was a slogan that said, "You take my breath away," as like a Valentine's Day thing. Prank. So right now they, I guess they released a statement that said that somebody in the department came forward and said that they received this from somebody else and another police officer.
What?
But they haven't determined yet if what police officer was passing that around.
Trifling. See, that's why people don't see. That's why people ain't rocking with police like that, man. Because just dumb stuff like this, man. They just keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of this? Why? It's not. It doesn't help their case, man. Not at all. So if people out there be like, there's good cops and bad cops, stuff like this that doesn't help their case at all. All.
We know some people that's out there that say there's good cops and bad cops.
Man, look, the culture is bad.
Yeah, the culture is bad. I mean, they're idiots for doing that, especially.
But like,
Yeah,
but like, check this out, man. Like y'all saw the picture of the card. Y'all saw the card, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's disgusting.
yeah.
But I got what I just don't understand this. What in your right mind, as a human being, right, tells you to do stuff like this? I just never, I never understood it.
Because they still don't. They still have this disregard for black people. That's what it is. There is no respect. They still look at us as inferior, and that's why they feel like they can do stuff like this. That's why, and also because they're never held accountable, and so they just get off scot free and can do whatever they want to do. That's why.
That's true. I mean, they just have complete disregard for Black lives. That's what it
Mhm.
comes down to.
Man, look,
And make a mockery of it. It's kind of like rubbing salt on a wound.
we got all kind of problems, man. Just like in Texas too, man.
I
All
hope they
kind of
get.
crazy stuff.
I hope they get what they deserve.
They should.
Yeah.
But we all know how this justice system and all that good stuff. You know, y'all seen the Netflix film? I think it's called Amend, hosted by Will Smith.
I haven't.
No, not yet. But I know
Yeah.
I know what you're referring to.
Yeah, y'all check it out, man. We'll talk about it in a couple weeks, man. We'll talk about it. But yeah, it
Okay.
talks about some of the stuff that we're dealing with today. But hey, whatever.
So speaking of Texas, Texas mayor, did y'all see that on Facebook? I guess when they last week,
Another
unfortunately,
fight.
Texas had a winter storm, and power was knocked out all over the place. And this Colorado City mayor released a Facebook statement that pretty much told people they had to fend for themselves.
See, what's wrong with him?
And only the strong survive, and that
Hey,
it's not the city's responsibility to
See,
fix the power grid or whatever.
but
And then
but you know what? He said everybody got to fend for themselves. So I guess Ted Cruz took he took that literally and said,
and left.
peace out, I'm out.
I'm
Right?
out.
I guess he said I'm out.
Don't care about. I don't care about none of y'all.
Ted Cruz said I'm out. I'm going to Mexico. Where was he going? Cancun.
But my thing is, haven't Ted Cruz been trying to keep Mexicans out of America, but yet he taking his trifling butt down there
mhm.
to get safe? What kind of let's see, just dirty. He dirty.
Hypocritical.
That's what I call him. He dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty Ted.
Well, apparently he faced so much backlash that he ended up flying back to Texas. And like
Too late now.
Didn't he try to blame this on his wife? I think he tried to blame it on his
Wife
wife.
and kids.
Yeah, he tried to blame it on his wife.
Yeah.
I,
Try to say they already had it. They already had it. It was already planned, and my two daughters want to go, and all this other mess. He tried to blame it on his wife and kids.
But I
how many
think
people? How many people have had things already planned during this pandemic, right, and had to cancel it? You get what I'm saying? Like he can sit there and say, "Oh, it was already planned."
Look out for your constituents.
He can sit there and say it was already. Yeah, because he can sit there and
Cancel
say it was already planned. It was this, and that. But at the same time, my dude, come on, man. You got your constituents, like Trent said, your constituents are sitting there dying, pleading, having to deal with flooded houses, townhomes, condos, apartments. Senior citizen homes don't even have power right now. There's some senior citizen communities that don't even have power. Come on, Ted Cruz.
But you know what? They keep voting this cat in. So you get what you get. You get what you get when you vote for somebody like this. Sorry, you get what you get.
yeah.
You keep voting this trash in. That's what's gonna happen. Sorry.
And then
That's what you
apparently,
gotta deal with.
I guess some emails leaked that I guess of his family that were saying, well, we should get out of here, proving that it wasn't pre-planned, that it was just planned because of the power outages. They were like, we should go to Cancun because of all this stuff going on.
You know what? He just, look, Trump had him pegged in 2015 when he called him Lion Ted. Had him pegged.
Man.
Talked about it, like, come on, man. trifling. Anyway.
So going back to Valentine's Day, did y'all see this where Nick Cannon apparently gifted his baby mom, I guess the new baby mom, Brittany Bell, and then a new girl that he's dating, Lanisha Cole. Apparently, he gifted both of them like a room full of balloons and all these roses for Valentine's Day. I don't know if he spent Valentine's Day with both of them, but apparently,
What?
the one girl said she knew about the other girl. And then to top it all off, somebody said that he has another girl pregnant with twins in LA, this DJ named Avi De La Rosa.
I know
So-
DJ Abby, whatever name is.
Yeah. Adi Rosa. Look, like
So apparently, he's got twins on the way by her. He's still with his baby mom that he just had a baby with like a month or two ago. And then he's got a new girlfriend too.
he's just trying to repopulate the world. That's all.
He said he's not monogamous, and apparently they all know.
He's just trying to be fruitful and multiply, like the Bible says.
Apparently he said he's not monogamous, so I guess he is trying to populate the world.
Well, at least he's honest and they know about it, right? Like at least he's because you got some people that just won't tell anybody and have a whole multiple families all over the place and
Germany, Greece, Rome,
Germany,
China.
How do you keep up with all that shit though? I don't know. I guess
Let's
people
call
do
it. Get Nick Cannon on the show. Talk to him.
Well, when you got money like Nick Cannon, you can just continue to do that. You can just continue.
Yeah, no cares in the world.
Yeah.
Look at Anthony. What's his name? He used to play basketball for Boston Celtics. Antoine Walker. Antoine Walker got a whole shitload of kids.
Well, look at
You got like 20
look
kids.
at Future. How many he got now?
How many does Antoine Walker got?
I don't know.
Let's see. Let's see. I'll give you the answer at the next segment.
Well, speaking of relationships, Kim Kardashian files for divorce from Kanye West, and I guess
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Come on now.
apparently the divorce is amicable. They both agreed to joint custody of the kids, and they're not even fighting over the prenup or anything like that. Apparently, they've already worked out some property settlement deals.
But can we already admit? Can we admit that we already knew this was going to happen after this debacle of a presidential campaign that he did? Well, I mean, but here's the thing.
The campaign made it work.
Here's the thing that I asked. Right, this is her third divorce. I see the messed up thing about this, right, is that we all gonna sit here and we're gonna look at Kanye West as the bad person. We're gonna say Kanye West is the reason that she divorced him. At what point do we put this on her? Because this is her third disaster of a freaking marriage that she's had.
She married what's that basketball player that lost
Chris
all his skills?
Yeah, I know you're
Chris
talking
Humphrey.
about.
That's
Humphrey.
what happens. The talent leaves after dating the Kardashian.
I mean,
Bush.
to be honest, she never married Reggie Bush, but they were in a relationship.
No. I'm just saying when you date them, your talent leaves.
The girl that he's apparently dating now, Reggie Bush, or was dating, I think his baby mom looks just like Kim.
But this ain't got nothing to do with Reggie Bush and Chris Humphries. I'm talking about her. At what point do we put the blame on her? This is her third messed up marriage. She is the problem.
That's what we're talking about. That first that marriage to Chris Humphries was what 72 days or something like that.
But if you watch it, I watched the show and he was a jerk.
I think damn about no show. That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood.
Who?
That's Hollywood. She said she watched the show. That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood. Crystal.
He
was a jerk. I just think he's attracted
Which
to
one? Who?
Chris Humphries.
It's Hollywood, Crystal.
But I think she's just attracted to
Her
like
mama's a jerk, so I mean, runs in the
jerk
family.
type of men, and it just doesn't work out because
But
he was a
how
jerk.
we gonna sit there and say he's a jerk? We don't know him personally. We just know what we saw on TV.
What,
It's
on the
Hollywood.
show,
It's
he
Hollywood.
was a-
Crystal, that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
She's
It's
a jerk, too.
Hollywood. It's Hollywood.
She slapped her sister.
It's
She a
Hollywood.
jerk too.
They get paid to act like this.
I get it.
They
But
get paid to act like that for the fans. So we
also
don't know that he's a jerk.
but he tried to control her just like Kanye tried to control her. And
Do
her
you know that he tried to control her? Do you know
on the
that
show,
Kanye?
he was telling her,
Like I said, it's reality TV. People getting paid to do this. So you can't sit there and say, "Oh well," because they do it on the show. We don't know.
I think,
We don't know.
yeah, you could easily blame her, but I don't. I see.
It's 1, 2, 3 failed marriages. How you not gonna blame her?
I
It's
don't blame her.
three.
If
It's
it don't
just a
work out,
problem.
end it. I'm all for somebody ending a marriage that they're not happy in.
Like, I'm
If
sorry,
it
I ain't
takes 3
got
to
no
5
love.
times.
I ain't got no love for the Kardashians at all. And I'm not just looking at Kim though. I'm looking at that whole clan. Man, look, it's all that whole. Sorry for the Kardashian fans out there, like Krista.
I like the
Kill us for
Kardashians.
saying what we saying, but I'm sorry, but that clan, man, is and again, I don't know if it could be pre-planned, Hollywood, whatever. But my goodness, like,
I mean, look at Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom was a fine person. Apparently, many people that knew him prior to marrying old girl, her sister.
he was also a
He
baller.
got on drugs.
Lost that.
I wonder why.
You cannot blame somebody else for that.
I'm not blaming. I just said I wonder why. I didn't blame. I just said I wonder why. I'm just saying, don't believe everything you see on this TV or the reality TV show called Keeping Up with Kardashian. They get paid to do. They get paid to act like that.
Why something happens to these guys every time though? It's something different with them.
They put a root on them, man.
Whatever. I don't believe.
They put that voodoo.
No, I think it's also because you got these successful women that don't need these, men, and they're trying to control them. They can't.
But who controlled them? Who's trying to control them?
So
How do we know?
They trying to control these men?
Kanye was trying to control Kim, just like Chris Humphries was. I mean, what did he do? He went in.
Trying to control Kim.
How? I'm trying to. What evidence do you have that show outside of the reality TV? Outside of reality TV, what other evidence do you have that says that they were controlling her? Because she seemed to be able to do whatever she wanted to do. I mean, from the outside looking in.
From what I've seen, I know it's reality TV, but I mean, from
obviously not, because I'm trying to tell you, they get paid for this.
What was reported is like he
came
in and tried to change her wardrobe. He didn't want her to be on the show or do media, as much. It was all kinds of stuff that was reported about that. And then he apparently went off the.
She all good, everybody else all bad. What you?
But you can't sit there and always. You can't blame the woman every time because there's a lot of men.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that. But right.
You just said both of them men try to control her. You just
I'm not saying blame the man every time either. But if these men are going crazy, Kanye has a mental problem. He's got mental issues.
But here's the thing.
Everybody else had
exactly, Trent. And here's the thing, Crystal.
She was getting herself into.
Exactly. And I'm gonna say this.
He was clout chasing.
And I'm gonna say this. He had mental exactly, Trent. You're right, because he had mental problems prior to getting with Kim Kardashian. Right? All of a sudden, they've been exposed and they've been put on this pedestal now and for everybody to see once he got married to Kim Kardashian. Why? And I'm not sitting here saying that we're gonna blame Kim Kardashian every single time. But as I said earlier, not uno, not dos, but tres times has she had to file a divorce. Has she had to file a divorce? So at what point do we sit
blame.
here and say, hey, the common denominator is this Kim Kardashian? It is. Let's face the facts, people.
Well, maybe the common denominator is she don't want to be in an unhappy marriage, and I don't blame her. If it
Or
ain't
the common denominator is she just don't know how to pick men.
Exactly. That's the common denominator right there. She don't know how to pick them. If you're saying here saying if everything you're saying, Crystal, is correct, when you sit here and say all the men have tried to control her, then why does she keep going from one controlling man to the next to the next? And I guarantee you, the fourth one will be a controlling man based on what you're saying.
There will be a fourth one, and he will.
Yeah, it will be a fourth one.
Well, you're right. Maybe she don't know how to pick them, but if she can afford to get divorced 3 times and it not impact her, I'm all for that.
I mean, hey, it's all Hollywood. It's all for a purpose. Look, her show's about to end. The show's ending, right? She said, "Hey, I need money." Go figure.
That's bullshit because she had plenty of money before she met Kanye. So let's not go there.
You trying to have Crystal come on over there and burn your house down?
The
Kardashian clan about to come after me.
I just think y'all are giving I just think that y'all are giving the typical male response when
what
something happens between a man.
What? You're giving the typical female response then.
You're giving the typical woman response. Because you're standing up for her and saying she ain't do no wrong and blah blah blah.
I didn't say that she didn't do anything wrong, but I said that
you're giving the typical woman response.
I didn't say that she can't be blamed for anything, but I don't think she should be the sole blame for every failed relationship.
We didn't do that. We didn't say that. That's what I'm Crystal. We never said that. I said what I said. No, just listen for a second, please. What I said was, at what point do we put the blame on her? After 1,
That's
2,
what you said.
3.
She should be
3 failed marriages. At what point do we say, hey, maybe we look at her?
But Crystal, it's because everybody wants to has come after these other guys, whatever. Like you just said, they were controlling her, so everybody has gone on to her side. And what we're saying is, at what point do we put the ownership on her as well?
So
that's what we're saying.
So she does have ownership, I think, in staying with Kanye and having all those kids with him, knowing that he's had these issues that she probably can't solve. I mean,
hey, Ron, I think we just found the thing that's gonna get Crystal to go over the top. Oh, we found it.
Hey, look, man, we go
every weekend now.
Too bad that show ended, man. Hey, look, man. Look, we'll continue this conversation in the let the conversation continue segment. Hey, man, we'll be right back with our main topic after this quick commercial break from one of our sponsors, Recovery Athletics. You know what? When we in commercial, man, you gotta, I can't see you, so gotta keep it down, there, Trent.
You're supposed to mute us during those.
I had you muted, man, but I was like, let me cut it so I won't. You still talking about some tacos. Sounds good though. Sounds good. All right, yo, man. Look, check it out, man. Look, as you all know, man, one of the hot button topics in the industry or in the news right now is transgenders wanting to play in sports, and so I guess you could say the main thing is you got men, people who are born men that classify themselves as women now, participating in female dominant sports. Look at the situation in California, community college. 6'3" born man, transgender to a female, playing basketball. Women's basketball.
900 points. No, I was playing.
Joanna man. No, but for real talk. I mean, it's a serious subject. What y'all think about that? Is it time for everybody to say, all right, cool? I think we had a situation. I can't remember where this was, where they had a young man that was a young person that was born a man, and a transgender to a female, and he's running all the female track meets and blowing them out.
Yeah, that was like the first one. The first story that
that was one of the first stories. So what y'all think about that?
I mean, like I don't.
Hold up, Kim Kardashian speaking. Go ahead.
Shut the hell up.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
I think it's just being blown out of proportion. I don't think that every time they put a transgender person that used to be a man in a woman's sport that they're gonna win. I think they're just taking these examples and putting them out there in the media to say, "See, this is why we shouldn't do that."
So you're saying that they're overemphasizing the fact that there's some that it's a man. So they use these stories like that 6'3", that 6'3" male, or 6'3" transgender woman in California at the community college playing basketball. You're saying that's blown out of proportion to make it seem like it's a issue. That's what you're saying.
I mean, I don't agree that every time you put, even if you put a regular man that is not transgender in a woman's sports, that's not saying that he's going to beat the women every time. So I don't think that it's a fair assessment to say that, oh, well, they shouldn't be included because every time they get included, they're going to beat the women. I mean, we've seen many women in a number of categories that excel more than sometimes even the men.
So, Crystal, I got a question for you. And we probably got some audience members that's gonna be pissed. Anyway, I got a question for you though. If a pro NBA basketball player decides, all right, I'm gonna become I want to become transgender, and I want to switch to the WNBA. Now, this is a pro player. Should he be able to do that?
I mean, I think it's up to the sports organization. I mean, I don't think it's. I mean, I can't give you a yes or no answer. I mean,
What do you say? What do you say? Well, like we had a comment from one of the fans, Murray Shue. Big shout out to Murray Shue, man. One of my great mentors from the past, man. He says as a father of 3 daughters, the trans sports issue is disheartening for young women. I mean, what do you
well,
say to him? I mean, because he's pretty much saying like if I got young girls or if I got daughters, in my family, who participate on a high level in these sports, and then I find out that there's uh, you know, a male, a born man playing in these sports as a woman now, you know, there's a certain level of competitive edge, don't you think?
I mean, not all the time. I don't think that just because that person was born a man that they're gonna have a competitive edge. I mean,
No. Okay, so let's. I think we should clarify. I think we should clarify, right? If it's a male who is on the pinnacle of his in his prime, playing against women playing in their prime, whatever. I think that's different. It's not just like it was just a regular male. I know it's a male
yeah, I mean, I see what you're
in their prime. Then I'm saying they okay. Example: if you take uh, Mike Tyson and have him fight Layla Ali, you think she got a chance?
I mean, you're right. Probably not. I mean, some sports, yeah, there is men
All
are
right, all right, so put so
physically different, have physically different abilities in certain sports. Like if you're talking about boxing, um, but I think sports as a whole is unfair to women anyway. I mean, where are the women football leagues?
That's
they
true.
got a lingerie football league. They got a league.
Okay, how sexist is that?
Yeah, that's
A regular
Hey,
damn.
they signed up for it. They signed up for it. I'm just naming one. But you know what? Hey, they also hold on. Let me stop y'all right there because I named that one. I named that one. But they also have a full contact league that wear full pads. They suit up.
Well, there's a woman she just played in her first college game. Was it
Vanderbilt.
Wake Forest or whatever?
Vanderbilt.
Whatever.
Vanderbilt.
So
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. Yeah. So they're slowly starting to transit because like there's a couple of like players who female players who are starting to like get into playing in college sports, whatever, and like start. But
So before we even solve this whole transgender issue, why don't they solve the damn issue where it's equality first?
That's right. Come on, Chris. That's what I'm
Women in
talking
sports
about.
is not equal. And even if you look at the WNBA compared to the NBA and even the soccer leagues, these women getting paid
Okay,
dollars.
so all right, so all right, so all right,
I'm
all
with
right,
you.
so okay,
I'm with you on that.
okay, all
Especially
right, so hold on,
wait.
hold on, because here's the thing, with that.
Hold on, Ron.
Here's the thing with that. No, here's the thing with that, because I hear so many people complain about that.
Ron.
But how many people actually watch WNBA games compared to NBA games?
Okay. Let me counter that. How many people watch women's soccer instead of men's soccer? Because the women are the only ones that are actually winning gold medals, and
I don't.
Men's ain't winning nothing.
I don't disagree with you on that. I don't disagree with you on that. But how many times does women's soccer play versus WNBA?
Well, how many
times?
How many sponsorships do they have? How many times are they advertised? How many times are they on a major network television?
How many times are they in season? They don't play every season. They don't play every single year.
They
every
don't
single
have
spring.
They don't have
For these medals.
Before you want to solve any transgender issues, I think
soccer players, though.
you want to solve the fact that sports is not an equal playing field between men and women now, anyways. So before we
you say pay wise, are you saying
pay wise or anything?
But how they gonna pay them, Crystal, if they don't have people watching them? Like I said, the WNBA, right? WNBA is one of the most premier female leagues out there. But you don't have people watching them. So how are you going to pay them? We just saw this. Hold on. We just saw this with the NFL. The NFL didn't have fans for almost an entire season. Salary cap has gone down. So all these players have had to take pay cuts, either restructure their contracts during this whole offseason. So how can you pay these people if you don't have people watching?
Okay, so Ron, I'm with you on that. Could be on the WNBA part, because if you have to have ticket sales and viewerships and all that other stuff for pay. But let me counter again, and I keep going back to women's soccer and USA soccer. More people during the Olympics watch the women's team than a pro team because they're winners, right? And they're getting paid way less than the USA men's team, who can't win anything.
I got you.
And they're getting the women's league. They're getting more ratings, a lot more ratings.
I got you.
Than on the men's side when it comes to the Olympics. So why are they getting paid?
I got you. But how often is the Olympics,
You're right. But
how often is the Olympics? These men's leagues, they go every year. The men's leagues go out every year. The women's leagues go every year. But guess what? Nobody pays attention to it. Nobody watches them.
What?
Nobody watches the women's leagues versus the men's leagues. The only times women's soccer comes up is the Olympics. Look at it,
bro.
Look at it, Trent.
In soccer, a lot of people watch women's soccer, bro. It's almost about the same amount as men's soccer. Honestly,
Trent, you show me right now where there's a women's game on right now. Exhibition. I'm not talking about Olympics. Exhibition.
I'd rather watch women's exhibition.
Soccer. I didn't ask you what you'd rather watch. I'm just saying. I'm saying, show me where they're playing right now on TV. And I can show you four channels. I can show you 4 channels where they have men's exhibition games going on right now, and the stands are packed. Well, pre-COVID.
What channels? Because I don't
see
soccer
I agree.
Playing like that. What channel, bro?
What you mean you don't see soccer playing like that?
Don't be on 4 different channels like that.
What?
Which channel?
What? Are you crazy?
Which channel?
It's ESPN. It's on ESPN, Fox Sports. It's
ESPN right now?
No, I'm not saying right now, but I'm just saying, period. Throughout their season, you can catch multiple men's exhibition games on different channels, sports channels.
ESPN.
So
on regular ESPN, it must be on ESPN too.
Let me ask you a question. So your only concern is when a transgender person that used to be a male joining a female sports
Who's concerned?
well, it seems like the only concern is when it happens that way. But what if it happens the opposite way?
I mean, it's both ways. If you
What
got a
woman
female,
who is transgender, who is now identifies as a man, wants to join the National Football League because there's no National Football League for women. So what do you say to that?
now, I'm not gonna sit there and say there's not no National Football League for women. It's just not called the National Football League. They have a league. They have leagues. They have semi-pro leagues. And look it up. They have different leagues. There's opportunities for them to play football, just not in the NFL. They're not. I'm sorry. They're not going to make it in the NFL. You're not going to make it. A female, a born female that transgenders into a man is not going to make it into the NFL. It's just not going to happen.
I think, I think it depends on the sport. On a sport, NFL, yeah, I'm with you. Boxing, yeah, I'm with you. Right?
You said it yourself, Crystal. You said it. You said it yourself. My bad, Trent.
When you start talking about soccer, when you start talking about tennis, when you start talking about golf, blah blah blah, right? If there is a on those sports, right? Those are a lot more can be a lot more competitive, whatever, when it comes to men and women or whatever.
So you don't think women physically can handle playing those sports?
I tell you what, Crystal. You go out there and you play. You go out there and let a 300-pound man hit you. You tell me how I feel.
I don't play football.
You tell me how I feel.
I'm desire to, but there's some.
No, they're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it. It's not gonna happen. It's just not. It's an unfair advantage. I talk about competitive edge. Competitive edge.
Just like you got.
That's why you have problems with these That's why you have problems with transgender men going into these female leagues. Competitive edge.
You got Navy SEALs now that are women because they pass the same damn test that the men.
You're talking about you. Wait a minute. You're talking about Navy SEALs, Rangers, Special Forces compared to sports. It's a completely different aspect. Completely different aspect. There's nobody hitting them. There's nobody doing anything that's gonna break their body down.
There are women boxers out there and MMA fighters too.
But they're not gonna. But they're not gonna. But
they're gonna fight a man.
They are not gonna fight male MMA fighters. And if you go up against an elite MMA male fighter and an elite MMA female fighter, phically, I mean, I wouldn't. No.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that should mix. I'm just saying that I think that people are looking at these women as these fragile, creatures that don't have the capability to, be as physically competitive as a man in some of these sports. Some of them just haven't been given the opportunity,
What?
You could, yes, you could say the same thing about when the football league didn't allow minorities in there. If you want to talk about them not letting women in there, you can say the same thing that people said about minorities. That
you saw what happened. You saw what happened, right? You saw what happened. Minorities came over, took over.
Well, how you don't know that women might do it too?
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You know what? I can't.
Yo, wait a minute.
I'm just saying you can't.
I can't. Bro. I can't because it's like I'm sounding like a broken record. I sound like a broken record on the Kim Kardashian thing. I'm sounding like a broken record right now. You're not getting it. I don't know what to tell you.
Look, this is what I'm saying. When it comes to physical capacity, right? In these sports like football and boxing, blah blah blah, right? No, women will be dominated because it is a physical sport, and just the way it is, that's how it's set up. Now, if you want to talk about pay equity and stuff like that, I'm with you on that. Especially if there's like soccer and tennis and all this other stuff, then I'm with you on that. Or if you want to talk about let's say a female golfer going up against a male golfer, I'm with that. That's and they actually have some mixed tours, whatever, like mixed. It's not part of the PGA tour, I don't think, but I'm with you. But when it comes to like the like the physical sports.
And look at tennis. Look at tennis too.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's what I said. I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm with this tennis and golf. I'm with you because Serena will can dominate some of these elite male tennis players. But when you talk about boxing and MMA and football, that's a difference because that's physical contact.
Well, I know some women that could probably take some of these men out.
Well, you're a damn lie. I can tell you that right now because I'm gonna tell you right now they cannot do it. You put them out there in them streets and on them fields with them NFL players. It ain't gonna be a good day for them. It's not. It's not. It's not.
If they want the opportunity, they should have it. That's all I'm saying.
They got the opportunity. They got the opportunity. Nobody's stopping them from going out there trying out. Go try out. Make a team. Make a team. I ain't saying you ain't gonna make it, but
right.
you know what?
I'm sure many women have tried. Even in college, they want to play college football. Where are the college football leagues for women? There's no opportunity for them to be scouted. There's no opportunity for them to play.
That's why you got That's why you got Title VII
for women football players.
Title IX. What is it? Title IX, Title VII.
I think that I'm not saying that they should be integrated. Maybe a separate but equal league. I don't know, but I think it should be equal as far as men and women in sports. I don't think there should be barriers. Like, I think if a woman wants to play football, then she should be given the opportunity.
Nobody's stopping them from playing football. Nobody's stopping them from playing football.
And I think that conversation.
We're just saying they'll get destroyed.
Yeah, they'll get destroyed. And guess what? And then y'all all be sitting up here talking about well, y'all let her go out there and play. I can't believe she did that. Y'all hurt her too bad. Nah, she shouldn't have been out there.
And there shouldn't
be. Out there. You know what? Prime example. I'm going to say this. It's Title IX. Thank you, Shu. It's Title IX. Let me tell you something. There's a prime example. My dad, he coached Little League football. He had Little League organizations for years. One of the big names out in Charlotte, North Carolina, before he passed away. He had a female that played on his team. One of the baddest females that played football I've ever seen. She held her own. But mind you, these were 10, 11 year, 12-year-old boys. She didn't play after that. Something kicked in. High school's different.
Or maybe she wasn't given the opportunity.
No.
Are you sure?
No, it's a different animal. That testosterone goes higher. It's a different animal, Crystal. What don't you understand? Physical sports there's no women that can, and I'm not saying they're women, but women have a disadvantage when it comes to men, when it comes to these physical sports. You put Sean, what's his name? What you put Conor McGregor? Put Conor McGregor against one of them UFC girls. Conor McGregor ain't won a UFC match in what? 3 tries? The last 3 tries, he will win that one.
You don't even have many examples because you don't have.
I just gave you a whole bunch of examples. What are you talking about?
You don't have.
She's talking about like football.
I'm talking about you don't have many examples of women to compare these men superstars to because they're not given the same opportunity. And I'm sorry for all your audience members that don't think, or all of our audience members that don't think that there should be equality in sports. You don't want to see equality, period. And that's exactly why. That's exactly why we don't have a woman president, because we don't have equality.
That ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with that. It's common sense. It's common sense. It's common freaking sense, Crystal.
Not common sense.
There's some things that men are supposed to do when it comes to sports, and there's some things that women are supposed to do when it comes to sports. I'm not saying that they're not physical, but they damn sure ain't physical enough. They will go out there and literally get killed. And nobody wants to see that.
That's what you think.
Okay, well, I like I said, Crystal, you suit up. I got an NFL team I can call right now and have. Matter of fact, the Washington football team need players. Crystal, you ready?
I'm not a football player, okay? But what I'm saying is that before you solve any issue with transgender and all this stuff, you need to solve the issue of equality between men and women, period, in sports. And that's my point. And I'm not going to change that because people disagree or whatever. I think there should be equal opportunity.
I don't think anybody's arguing about the equal opportunity thing, Crystal. When you talk about equal pay and all this other stuff, we get it. But like I said earlier, how can you pay athletes when nobody's watching? Let me tell you something. If stop everybody from watching NHL. Stop everybody from watching NBA. Stop everybody from watching NFL. I guarantee you salaries will decrease. We're seeing it happen now. The market is much bigger for male-dominant sports. It just happens to be like that.
It happens.
It just so happens to be like that. It happens to be like because it's more entertaining. People.
Male-dominated physical sports.
Let me tell you something. Are you gonna take watching a game between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets, Game 6 of the NBA Finals, versus somebody like the LA Sparks and the Minnesota Lynx? Who are you gonna watch?
Well, I don't even see these women national.
Who are you gonna watch, Crystal? Who are you gonna watch?
NBA for the women really being advertised like that, or really being on major networks. I don't see it because there's not equal sponsorship. There's not equal opportunity on these networks.
You didn't answer the question. Who you gonna watch?
I would watch the women if there were more broadcasted.
All right, you know what? Hey man, we're gonna continue this segment and just come.
Make some tacos.
We're gonna continue this segment and let the conversation continue.
I don't like my views, but hey, they're mine. I don't care.
All right, check it out, man.
Hey, Ron, we are triggering Crystal all through this show, boy. She just came at all these members. Hey, let's run a pass this because I think all of us have came at one of our.
Hey, I'm telling you,
I've gotten it.
She was catching it today.
I'm not catching it. I am very strong about my.
We know you're not catching it. You're not catching any of the points that we made. All right, so look, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next segment. Yo, man, we got a very special say what, man. You know what? How far is too far when it comes to trying to get the vaccine? We'll see.
For the right, yeah.
It's my say what of the week. Say what?
Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hay.
All right, yo, man, how far is too far when trying to get the vaccine, man? We all know that there's certain age groups and everything like that. When it comes to getting the vaccine right now, you have to wait your turn. You know what? Hey, 2 Florida women had to deal with this, and let's roll the video.
Stolen a vaccine from somebody that needs it more than you, and now you're not going to get your second one. So that's a whole waste of time we just wasted here on this. And we're not even sure if they're going to press charges against you and take you to jail right now. So we're at that point right here. But just for your selfishness of stealing a vaccine.
Okay, this is a trespass warning. You're hereby warned that you are not authorized, licensed, or invited to be in these premises and may be arrested if you refuse to leave or return at any time in the future. It's this building, it's our other building, it's our sector.
Parking garage.
Everything.
Anything, the whole property around here. I'm not allowed to be here no more.
Would never be around.
It's ridiculous that you're here right now.
So your information is going to be flagged with the vaccine software. Okay. So
You're Martha.
You guys try and do this again.
Your copy.
You're not going to get a vaccine. Okay. So you got to wait your turn. All right. So those are yours. Car keys. You're going to get a copy of each one of those. You come back, anytime you're going to be arrested. Any question about that?
No, that's not.
You're lucky you're not being arrested right now.
Harry, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, man. All right, so what we see here, man, we got 2 women, 41 and 35, 37, something like that dressed up as old women to get the vaccine. Now, the story goes that in Florida, they were able to get the first dose with the same method. But when it comes to the second dose, they were raising some suspicion. And as you can see through the video, one of them, I don't think she even tried. She had no wig on. The other one went far above and beyond. She got her grandmother's wig out the old closet, out the cupboard.
Privilege just oozes out.
Well, I mean, yeah, they got off with a trespassing charge. Really? That's it?
Oozes out, boy. I tell you.
Yeah.
Let me try to get a vaccine early. Just like that couple we talked about last weekend, who went to the Native American reservation to get the vaccine because they felt entitled. Oozes out, boy. I tell you, oozes out.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's a tough one, man. Trespassing charge, privilege. Some of y'all don't understand that. Y'all can do what y'all want. You know what I mean? Y'all can literally do anything you want in America and have no issues with anything. You literally get off. I'm gonna have to leave it at that one. But go ahead, Chris. I know you're trying to talk.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Crystal's still mad. Crystal mad about earlier, boy. Hey, Trent, man. Trent, man. Oh man,
I'm not mad.
Oh, she hot, bro.
She mad.
I ain't got nothing to say for the rest of this show. I don't like y'all. Forget it.
Hey man,
I just think that we have a way long ways to go before women really have equality. Just seeing some of these statements.
That ain't the topic right now. We ain't going back. That ain't the topic right now. That ain't the topic right now. That ain't the topic right now. The topic was about to say what we already established that we go talk about this topic in the next segment.
Yo, she gonna be texting us on this group message all day. Like,
and I can't stand y'all mother effers. I don't get it, man. All right, yo, look. Yo. Anyway, that was to say what, man. It was. Hey, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, but no, we will not leave her alone. No, we will not leave her alone. All right, y'all buckle up, man. Woo, we got one for you.
Some problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. A phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Why you be all on my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with a nigga who lying for nothing. I see that we different, you riding, I double my...
Man, all right. So if our viewers were listening last weekend, right? This is another part of that. And if you weren't listening or if you don't remember, right, to tie into this confession letter, we actually have a clip from last weekend talking about this confession letter that we're about to talk to you about. Confession, special Valentine's confession here. All right, so about 2 weeks ago, I was with some buddies drinking at their house. Things got crazy and I got wasted. In the spur of the moment, I decided to drunk text my boss and said some outlandish things. What things? ? Well, I told her I wanted her and wanted to do things to her like no other man has. Needless to say, she replied back, LMAO, and said, see me first thing Monday morning.
Oh, gosh.
I called out sick and used vacation ever since. Just a few short days ago, she texted to check on me and said, why so shy now? I'm stuck. Is this bait? Did I put my foot in my mouth? And yes, of course, I love to date her. Funny thing is, she's the one that put me on to listening to your show, so I'm almost sure she'll hear this episode. All right, so we have a response from the boss. Here we go. All right, we actually have two responses from the boss and from the first confession letter person that wrote the first confession letter. First one is from this boss. Listen to this, y'all. Hi, comfortable being uncomfortable team. Well, I am the infamous boss from last week's letter. The individual in question has conducted himself in these matters more than once. Each time I've reached out to him to indicate how unprofessional these interactions were. Obviously, the individual has a drinking problem and is unable to control himself. Additionally, I in no way responded with those responses.
Mm.
I instead responded with the blank. We've had this discussion before, and if you continue, I may need to seek assistance from HR and to see me first thing that Monday morning.
Wow.
To add to that, I also responded as a follow-up asking said individual when he planned to return to work. Sorry. It's a bit embarrassing that the individual claims such lies, especially on this show. Perhaps this is all tied to a failed promotion.
Mm.
Shots. Sorry. Thank you for thank you for hearing me out and getting my side of the story. And yes, I have receipts, and that's what we want to do.
Oh, she got
receipts.
receipts.
We don't want it. Yeah,
She got receipts.
She got receipts.
Oh.
Okay. So, do we want to talk about this, or should we go?
Wait, you know what? Let's get the other letter because apparently he responded, right? He responded to the first letter, so we gotta get the.
I want to hear
that. Now, this. Sorry, I'm trying to get it out. What's up, CBU? So I saw that you read my letter last week. Update. I returned to work and was confronted by my boss. We had an interesting conversation, and she in fact brought up the segment and played the segment from Apple Podcasts. Shout outs, thank you, appreciate that. Go figure. I was a bit embarrassed, explained I was out of my element and I would never do it again, and offered my resignation within the next 2 weeks as I found a new job during my absence. No irony with what you all suggested, but I was already in the process. She has since offered to go to a dinner here in DC this weekend.
Wait a minute.
So we shall see if my forward behavior.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop the music. Stop the music. Hold up.
So who's lying?
Somebody lying.
Let me hold on. Let me this is last.
What?
Bit. So we shall see if my forward behavior pays off. Anyway, that's my story on this, and thank you for letting me share this with you.
Somebody lying, bruh.
Yeah, who is lying?
I don't know. You know what? Maybe she's lying since we want to put the blame on all the females. Kim Kardashian. Maybe she's lying. Maybe she's lying. She's trying to protect her ass because she's the boss.
Maybe
it was even written like a true boss. Said individual. Go to HR.
Look, let me tell you something. I've had a lot of bosses in my life, right?
Hold on. Hey, Logan, that's how you get booted. See, yo, you ain't on that level.
Oh my goodness.
That's how you get booted.
I just saw that.
Hey, I always said this: that people who talk like that, they got hidden, feelings inside. We understand.
Okay.
Short people problems.
All right, so again, like I said, I've had a lot of bosses, and from this person's response, I'm siding with her. I think she's telling the truth, bro. Because this sounds like this. Look, I'm a male, and I know There's some
Are you a male?
There's some things that that's how you get booted, Ron. That's how you get booted. But there are things that we say that we embellish. I'm not saying the other individual is embellishing. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying we tend to embellish things. And
so you saying he's going overboard with his responses to his
I think so too. I mean,
I ain't say nothing.
I mean, we know you think so, Crystal.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if it wasn't being embellished, if he was really felt comfortable about the situation, he wouldn't have been looking for another job. He would still be there. If they were still on that level to where they're going to dinner and shit, why is he need to quit?
Maybe there's a miscommunication thing going on.
I think that she's probably absolutely right. She probably passed his ass up for a promotion. The fact that she's a female and his boss.
Because Crystal did it.
The fact that he can't get in her pants.
Crystal.
and he feels some type of way about that. So
Or
he's
maybe,
got to
or maybe he
he's
can't.
got to embellish a story to comfort his own ego. The fact that he got rejected.
Here's the thing: why he got to embellish the story? He's a first time listener as of last week. He was a first time listener. She's been listening to this show. So apparently, apparently, hold on. Apparently, she has people in the office that know she watches the show. So if they got any indication that there may be something going on between them two, and then they watching the show, her coworkers are watching the show, and they hear the story, she's got to protect herself. Maybe that's the case.
I mean, we know from example men that embellish stories to try to get women out of certain positions.
Women can't do the same thing.
And I'm not saying that.
Hey, we're talking about equality. We're talking about equality here. Women can't do the same thing.
You know, a real example of somebody that will embellish a story because they feel some type of way because they can't get in somebody's pants. So let's go there. You know men like this in real life.
I'm not saying he embellished anything. I'm just saying there is definitely 100% a miscommunication somewhere. There's a breakdown in communication.
No breakdown.
And you know what? The fact that he's moving on is he should, right? So and the fact that she, if what she's saying is true, again, we don't know. But then also that she deserves to have to, that's a good thing that she's doesn't have that tie to him at work at all anymore either. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that he's leaving the job speaks for itself.
No,
in my opinion,
just mean he's leaving.
If he went out of his way to go try to find a new job, take vacation.
Why he got to go out of his way? We've always preached on this show. We've always preached on this show that you need to have at least 1 or 2 jobs lined up just in case you get fired or happen to leave.
Days, bro.
I get it, but he also used vacation days because he was embarrassed as hell. So if he was really getting some play, why would he be embarrassed?
What?
But you know what? He went in and he got his comeuppance. He went in on that Wednesday and got his comeuppance.
Or did he? Or the story is still not 100% there.
He got receipts.
We don't know.
He got receipts, bro. She said she got receipts. Now, if somebody say they got receipts, I mean,
I want to see the receipts.
He got receipts. Does he got receipts?
She says she got receipts. He didn't say he had any.
Oh,
so because he ain't got receipts, then y'all gonna believe
you got receipts. We giving you a chance here. You got receipts, my man. Right in the back.
He ain't got no damn receipts. He don't.
Hey, how you know, Chris? Oh, plot twist. Since Logan brought up plot twist, she said, "Hold on, no. So now we know who wrote this and who the boss is, Crystal. So now we know who it is. We know it's Crystal because she said he ain't got no receipts. How you know, Crystal? How you know?
I know because he didn't say that he did. She did.
How you know? How you know he ain't got them?
Well, I want to know.
Why would I be writing a show that I'm on? Okay,
let's just ask.
And I don't even have any employees, so let's go there.
Ooh, let's just ask, my man. You got receipts? If you got receipts, you need to let us know.
Why you looking in the camera?
Send it to us.
All right, Joe, man. Look, man, this has been a hell of a show today.
Why is somebody always hating on me on this show? That's what I want to know. Why is
you just getting your comeuppance on this
show? Man hater always hating on me on this show.
So hold on. All right.
All of us. You just get your comeuppance.
Yeah, Crystal, you brought this on yourself today. All right.
You picked the topics, Crystal.
Trent, man, how can they read? Hey. All right, yo, man, check it out, man. The Let the Conversation Continue segment is coming right up, man. Before we do that, man, we got to go around real quick. Trent, man, how can they reach you?
You can reach me at Trent B5, the Trent B5.
Yeah, the Trent B5 on Instagram. Miss Chris, how can they reach you?
They can reach me at Miss Chris 757. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Clubhouse.
Hey, y'all go there and roast her too.
You on Clubhouse?
Roast her.
But I'm never on there. I'd rather be on. I'm on
Yeah,
Discord where the real nerds are.
All right, look, man, you can catch me on Instagram at DocRJ.5. You can catch me on Twitter at RJSpeaks100. Make sure you follow us on Facebook as you are right now, Facebook Live at Comfortable2Uncomfortable.talk. Make sure you go to our IG and hit that follow button at Comfortable2Uncomfortable.talk. Go hit the subscribe button on YouTube, Comfortable Being Uncomfortable, the podcast, one word. And then also check out our www.cbupodcast.com website for all the latest hot news, takes, videos, giveaways, all that good stuff, man. You know, we try to spice it up just a little bit. Hey, man, like I said, man, let the conversation continues coming right up in the next 10 seconds. So don't move your seat. Don't move your beat. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, big shout out to all of my sorority sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated and fraternity brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Blue Phi and peace, love, and happiness. We'll be right back.